Hi, and welcome to my week 6 in review. So, thank you for completing participation task week 6 on moral development. Many people talked about the influences on their moral development being family, peers, um, uh, I'm going to say authority figures, teachers, coaches, counselors, people that you were close to. People talked about social media, gaming, uh, people in their lives, or social media connections, friends that they gamed with, having influence on their moral development as well. And I appreciate that. Clearly, that aligns with all of the literature. Some people talked about their culture influencing their moral development, and some people talked about their faith community impacting their moral development. We are going to continue our discussion about anti-Black racism, and we're going to continue to dive into this in in our work. Just some people spoke about it, some people shared stories. Thank you for your vulnerability, and thank you for contributing to that discussion. But we're going to keep thinking about this and examining this and thinking about what it can look like, what it is, and how it affects our lives, and how we can work to eradicate it in the spaces that we reside in, because this is a responsibility that educators have. Um, and it is a responsibility of all educators to make sure that um, uh, we don't perpetuate this, that we eradicate anti-Black racism. My other response was which moral dilemmas people picked. People picked different moral dilemmas to respond to. Several people picked the one about the email. Some people said they would send the email. Many people said they wouldn't. Many people picked the email about the swimming, with the niece being the weaker swimmer and the daughter being the stronger swimmer. People who had children said that they would pick um, pick their own child. Other people sometimes made more calculated moves based on who they thought they could reach first, and reach quickest, and then help support. And then some people talked about if they were an EMT and they were responding to a car accident, who would they save? So people connected it to the theorists. Thank you for doing that. I wanted you to try to identify which stage you were in, and some people shared that. One person, very interestingly, um, said that they would not tell their colleague about the email, and they would not send the email, and they just would be quiet, which put them in a very high level of moral development. But then they responded to the boat scenario about the lifeboat and having to bail out water. And they're like, I'm swimming in my friend's boat, which put them in the second scenario at a much lower level of moral development. And they were very honest and reflective and said, like, and this is also what Kohlberg says, when it's about you and your safety and you living, sometimes your morality changes. You have a different perspective, and I think that's part of what we saw with people saving their daughter, people saving their niece, but particularly in that scenario. And um, I appreciate that when you're thinking about your own mortality, morality can look different. So thank you for your thoughtful responses. If you have not started your field work, this is the time to start your field work. You have to complete 36 hours of field work by the end of the semester. If you do not have a placement, please let me know as soon as possible. If you have a placement, please complete the EDS 201 fieldwork form so I know when you're doing your fieldwork. I looked at the um, school fieldwork placement projects that people submitted. Thank you for submitting those. And we're going to start with observations of children who are in our fieldwork placements. So that's going to be coming up very soon. There's also some opportunities for alternative fieldwork, both in at BMCC and on Zoom. So please check out the announcement sections to participate in those. One happens tomorrow, 3/14. So hope you can participate in that. I hope you have a great rest of the day. Be well.